Welcome. My name is Deja Hilson and I'm here to teach you all about gambling. Now, some of you may wonder what this has to do with psychology, but by the end of this video I hope to have all of your questions and inquiries answered. Stay tuned. According to Merriam-Webster, gambling can be defined as playing games of chance for money and taking risky action in hopes of desired results. These can include card games, playing the lottery, and bingo. Now, gambling participants usually voluntarily engage in gambling and is during their personal leisure time. According to Igor of the Academy of Politics and Science, gambling is a continuous complex cycle which includes decision-making, wagering, outcome, and emotional response. Gambling is an addiction similar to alcohol that is oftentimes hard to catch and fatal if it gets too far. So when talking about gambling, it is important to evaluate the psychological impact and describe specifically why one may transition to be an addictive gambler and what will cause them to be classified as addicted. Richie brings us to our next point, as gambling is an act of free will and it gives freedom and personal control to make a gambler feel empowered and commit to the activity. When a person gambles, it elicits a cognitive emotional state within participants, such as pride, and boosts self-esteem when gamblers see their desired outcome. Biopsychological urges such as muscle tension, heart rate, joy, and fear are all at play when a person gambles. This can be explained in terms of the Yerkes-Dodson laws of optimum arousal. So, what exactly is this arousal law? The Yerkes-Dodson law of optimum arousal says that individuals strive to achieve optimum arousal. This is shown whereas gambling elicits a surge of adrenaline and empowerment where they continue to gamble and fall into addiction as they seek and feed off of this arousal. Last slide shows an image of Sigmund Freud because his contributions to psychology are vast and his principles apply to a lot of things. Some of which include his unconscious defense mechanisms that are used by the ego to keep painful, undesirable thoughts out of the conscious mind. There is also the concept of unconscious pleasure principles, which include the impulsive id, the moral superego, and the moderator between the two, the ego. Freud's psychological principles can apply to a gambler as it explains how a person engaging in risky activity uses gambling as a chance to disregard the active defense mechanisms and superego control as their instinctive impulses of the id emerge. Gambling can also provide pleasure, as individuals use it as a way to strive to gain autonomy, choice, and free will. Think about a time when you personally engaged in betting or other forms of gambling. Did you yourself feel a sense of control? And then did this sense of control turn into confidence and empowerment once you won? Was your adrenal kicking in and arousal on high levels as you were waiting for the results? Many people also gamble to relieve stress and tension, and according to Igor, gambling is a release of reality as people slip into a play world that is fun. This ends as people slip back into reality when all of their money is gone. In this world, they can escape their troubling reality and free themselves of responsibilities. Social facilitation is the tendency for people to perform better in the presence of others. Gambling is furthered by this, for example, at a horse race, when they are surrounded by other competitors that also believe that they will get the desired outcome. Because of this, people tend to get swayed by others' involvement, causing them to get more excited and may even place higher wages. Almost all of the people I asked why they gamble all said the same thing. It's simply for the thrill. Not all people that gamble are the same. According to Melanie Crawford Chadwick with the American Bar Association, there can be two classifications of gamblers. These include both escape gamblers and action gamblers. Action gamblers are generally men who engage in skill games they believe they can win consistently. These games include blackjack. Escape gamblers are mainly classified as the elderly and females who gamble to escape their problems. They may play engaging games or hypnotic games such as slots and bingo.
Created using Powtoon.